again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I am delighted because I can show you what I've come up with in the 3D stitch shawl. Now, a while back, I did a tutorial on how to do the 3D stitch in rows back and forth. I was working on a scarf, and then I also did some other work. There was the 3D cluster stitch shawl and so on and so forth. This is based on the original 3D stitch. Okay, now, sort of like the granny in the way that it's formed, but it definitely creates a really neat 3D texture. And it's very, very squishy. It is very thick. It is a yarn eater. Yes, I will be the first to tell you this is a yarn hog. Now, for this particular project, I used, let me see here. Here I got my label. I was using Yarnspiration's Karen Big Cakes. This video is not sponsored in any way, but I always like to let you guys know what it is that I used. Now, I went into a third skein of the big cakes. I had quite a bit left, as you can see, but I did need to go into the third skein in order to get the width that I was going for. With this particular shawl, it's more of a tall or a long shawl as opposed to a wide shawl. So in order to get the width that you want, you have quite a bit of length to it. So this one will go, down pretty far below the waistline. However, the way that I find around that is if you fold the top edge down to make a collar or lapels, if you will, that I find does help as far as reducing the length overall. And this is, by the way, the colorway of Summer Berry Tart. And yeah, I did have to use into a third skein of this. Now, as far as yardage, let me see. It is, okay, it is approximately 603 yards, and I used over 2 of them in order to get the dimensions that I was going for. Also, this yarn, it is a weight of 4, but this is kind of a heavy weight of 4, so I used a size K crochet hook. Now for today, I'm going to be using Pound of Love by Lion Brand. Again, not sponsored. And I'm going to be using a size J crochet hook for today because the yarn is a little bit lighter. And the hook size for the J is 6 millimeters. Now, in spite of this being a yarn eater, it does eat up a lot of yarn. Any of the textured stitches do eat up a lot of yarn. In spite of that, this is so incredibly easy. It's just a 1 row repeat. Yes, you heard me correctly. 1 row. You just repeat it over and over and over. Really, really simple. We're going to be utilizing front post and back post double crochets in a sense, and we'll get into that. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay. Alrighty, so to begin with, going to begin with, that's what we do, we begin with things, a slip knot. And I'm going to chain up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, the first chain, that is the chain that we're going to be working into. The remaining 4 acts as a double crochet and a chain 1 space. Okay, and then into that first chain, we are going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, and hello, 3, and then into that same chain at the base there, 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet. Now, yeah, this is how the granny shawl starts off, at least my version of it. So you will be familiar. But the fun starts with the second row. Now, I'm not going to be using the little row counter because after this, every row is going to be pretty much the same. So this is row 1. All right, onwards. All right, so for row 2, I'm going to start, and although also the beginning of every row, it's the same. So chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn the work. Okay. Now we are going to do back post double crochets. So not going in through the front, but we're going to be going in through the back. So I find that it's easiest to go through this little space here, this chain 1 space, around the post, okay, of that first double crochet. And I find that it's easiest if you sort of grab the post. So going around the post, and then I grab the post, grab the 2 bits above the post there, and do my 3 double crochets around that post. So this is creating our first cluster. And you have that really neat ridge, this sort of twisting ridge thing going on here. Okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into the chain 3 space, 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 more doubles. 1, 2. Sorry, had a bit of a knot. Came undone though, which is rather nice. So 1 more double. Okay. Now here's the interesting thing. Okay, when we started, we went around the first double crochet. If we want symmetry over here, we have to go over the third stitch for symmetry, you know. Now what I had done previously is I went around this one and it did not work. You need to go with symmetry. So when you're going up this side, it's the first in the cluster. When you're going back down, it's the third in the cluster. This will make more sense as we go on because, of course, this is not going to be the only row. So that being said, after doing our 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to be going around the third stitch, doing, again, 3 back post double crochets. Now, I find that what's easiest, actually, is if you turn it, if you grab the post from behind, as opposed to going in like this and so forth, you know, and doing your back post double crochets like that, I find it's actually easier if you sort of take this little end here, push it back, and you're grabbing the post from behind, okay, and do your 3 back post double crochets that way. Anything to make the process easier. Okay, and then sort of foof that back, then chain 1, and going into this last space here with your final double crochet. All right. See, again, we have symmetry because on this side, it was the first one, and then on this side, it's, again, the one that's closest to the edge, which in this case is the last one. But yeah, we are going to be doing a couple of rows so that I can show you just how easy this is once you get into the groove, if you will. All right, onwards. All right, so for the next row, row 3, going to chain up 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work. And again, we're going to be going around this first double crochet post. So going in through the chain 1 space, and then around the post, like so. Grabbing the top edge makes it a lot easier. And then do our 3 back post double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And again, we're getting that sort of ridge twist action there. Okay, chain 3. And again, same thing, going in through the chains around that first post. You can turn the work just a little bit and then grab this top right here and do your 3 back post double crochets around that post. If you don't lose your stitches, that is. Okay, that's 2. And really, I am just flubbing here. There we go. Okay, so we've got our 2. Now we need to go into the top chain 3 space. So chain 3, and then into the chain 3 space, 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles. So it's 2, 3, chain 3, and then 3 more doubles. 1, 2, 3, chain 3. Okay, now again, we started going up with the first stitch of each cluster. See, that's the first one right there, and that's 1, 2, 3. Well, we need to go 1, 2, and then into the third stitch is where we need to go in. So after doing our 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles, going around the third stitch. So again, it's easier if you sort of either turn your work to the back side, which actually I find to be rather easy. If you sort of turn your work over and you grab that third stitch and do your 3 back post double crochets around the post that way, I really, really, really find that it makes the process a lot easier. And there you go. Okay, so chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And we've got this one here. So again, sort of flip this forward so that you can grab that third double crochet and do 3 back post double crochets around that post. Okay, chain 1 and flip this forward, and then double crochet into that chain 1 space. Okay, so as you can see, it has a really sort of squishy, lacy kind of texture. And when you really work this up and you get a lot further, this is thick. Oh my. It is very thick, it is very heavy, and it will be great for the cold season, believe you me. And let's do another row or 2 because I really want to make sure that you guys really do get it, because even though it's a 1 row repeat, the concept of doing the back posts in such a way can be a little bit confusing, so I understand. So let's keep going. Alrighty. All right, so for the next row, row 4, I'm going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work. And then again through the chain 1 space around that first post. It's easier if you try to sort of separate it a little bit around that first post. Grab the top here and do your 3 back post double crochets. There we are. Chain 3. Going underneath this chain around that first post once again. There we are. 1. I'm having issue. I am sorry, but I am trying. 2 and 3. There we are. Chain 3. Then we got 1 more around here, around that first post. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we have our center spine. So chain 3, and then into that chain 3 space in the center, 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles. One, 2, 3, 3 more doubles. 1, 2. Keep losing my loops. Well, I guess it's better to lose my loops than my mind, right? All right. Okay, so we've got our 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles. So now that we're going on back the way down, we're going to be going with the last stitch of the 3. So chain 3, and again, sort of fold this back, grab that 3rd stitch, and do your 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Okay, chain 3. And then grab the 3rd one here. 1, 2, 3, chain 3 again. Grabbing the 3rd one again. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, and then double crochet into that last chain space. All right. Loving it. Absolutely, positively loving it. And also, yes, it is double-sided. You know, it's the same frontwards as it is backwards, ultimately speaking. And let's do one more row just for good measure. But as you can see, before I go on, as you can see, it does have already more height than width. And that was the point that I was trying to get across before. So in order to get the width that you want, it is going to have quite a bit of length. So why I was mentioning it before, what I would like to do if I were to wear this would be to fold part of the top down, okay? And so your neck would be right here. And then when you're wearing it, this would be sort of like a lapel. Now, obviously, This is a smaller example, but you get the idea. So let's do another row together, and I think that should be it for this tutorial, but I really love the texture. Oh, love it. All right, let's keep going. Alrighty, so I figure one more row and then we should be all good. All right, so going to chain up 4. 1, 2. I'm off to a great start. 2, 3, 4. I think part of it is that I'm trying to go too quickly. I think that's my problem. All right, so after chaining up 4, going in through that chain space around the first post, and we're going to do our 3 back posts. So that's 1, 2, 3. There we are. Chain 3. So I got my 3 chains. Going around this first post, going underneath and around the post. One, 2, and 3, chain 3. And then around the next back post of the cluster, 1, 2, and 3. One more, chain 3. Okay. Now around that post. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we've got this side going on very nicely. Then chain up 3. And then into the center spine, 3 doubles, chain 3, 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, then 3 doubles. Sorry, chain 3, then 3 doubles. There we go. Okay, chain 3. And then we go into not the first, but we're going to go into the last. So again, grabbing that third stitch from behind. It's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3. Grab the last stitch of the next cluster. 1, 2, 3. Pull out some more yarn. Chain 3. Okay. Grab the third stitch of the next cluster. 1, 2, 3. Chain 3. And then grab the last stitch of the last cluster from behind. There we go. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and double crochet into that chain 1 space. And there, folks, you have it. Oh, ah, I love it. Now, of course, if you want it to be more fluffy, I would suggest use a thin weight of yarn or a larger gauge hook. If you want it to be, more dense, tighter, and that sort of thing, I would suggest using a thicker yarn and perhaps a smaller hook. It is ultimately up to you. I would say experiment, do some swatching, have fun with it. That's what the whole point of doing what we do is. But I must say that I love it. And I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth. It's irrefutable. I can't help it. So listen, I do hope that you liked this tutorial. If so, don't hesitate. Give a little thumbs up button down below, because I appreciate your appreciation as always. And do hit subscribe, because I do try to post often, whether it's crocheting or knitting or audiobook narration, or of course my other YouTube channel, Fiber Spider Games, where I do video game playthrough and commentary. A lot of fun. Would love to see you there. And of course, until next time, I want all of you, yes, you, I want you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and stay safe. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.